Welcome, everybody, to Enlightened Masculinity Podcast. I'm your host, Yogi Chris, PhD, founder of Ninth Limb Yoga, captain of IMC Nation, streaming to you from IMC Base 1, my personal private cell on this prison planet. Somebody's asking me, you think it's a prison planet? Because I was also calling you, saying you should be grateful being on God's earth and whatever, but you said it was a prison planet. Well, yeah, prisons exist inside of God's universe. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean people will say God forsaken or whatever. There's a lot of blessings to be alive and have the opportunity to be liberated on a prison planet, even though we are in a prison. There's a lot to be ungrateful for too. Don't get me wrong. It's just where you put your attention, because that's your inner experience is what you're going to experience, right? I can't experience your experience or his experience or her experience. I can try, but I do that by recreating their experience inside of me and experiencing my own inner experience. That's where words and communication help transfer the experience so I can get what they're feeling. And of course, words have definitions. So if we're using the wrong words, or if I don't understand the way you talk because you have a dialect or something, then I can't experience what you're experiencing. Now I can just read your body language and your sound and kind of maybe recreate it. A lot of people are numb to that because of the technologies and the school system and the way that we're brought up. Like, we're numb to human communication. It's just a sad state of affairs. But today, the podcast, I was going to talk about money mindset, because we've had a restructuring happening with IMC Nation. People, if they're not, familiar with this show, if they're just discovering this, I mean, this is largely a show about IMC Nation. I'm Yogi Chris, captain of IMC Nation. I had this podcast before I was captain of IMC Nation, but I was IMC Nation already when I created Enlightened Masculinity Podcast 4 or 5 years ago with my colleague Akash at the time. He's out. He dropped out. A lot of guys, they don't make it. And guys with a big heart, they want everybody to make it. I want everybody to make it. But the truth is, they won't make it at IMC Nation. There's too much taboo information. It demands too much of an individual. It's like asking someone who's worked for another company, for a company, having a regular job all their life, to all of a sudden go and be an entrepreneur. They may have never even built any real value in their life. They don't have anything to sell. So they maybe can go into business selling something else, like a car salesman or a real estate agent. They're kind of like an entrepreneur, but not really, dude. You're a middleman. You know what I mean? Like, have a commodity or a service, make a product or give a service that only you give. That's what my yoga was. But that's difficult. I went from a PhD graduate that was going to work for the government to then selling a personal skill to people that they wanted it for free. There was plentiful, it is available. There's yoga teachers on every corner. There's free YouTube and stuff you just learn. Nobody really even thinks they need it. Yoga is not that sexy. It's not that exotic. I mean, some people want to be more flexible, but I mean, it's typically a poor crowd, a bohemian crowd. Like, if you're a real estate agent, you're never going to really deal with bums. Maybe a little bit. But if you're a yoga teacher, you deal with bums all the time. That's like most of the yoga community in America is just a bunch of bums. In the world, really. In India, they're ascetics. They give up everything. They literally have nothing. They're homeless. Needs an update. Oh, hold on. Guys are trying to join my podcast right now, but it's I guess I provided the wrong link. Zoom.us/J/79449. Okay, hopefully that works. So the way that IMC Nation does game, which is what the appeal is. I mean, I've been talking with thousands of guys over the last few years across the world from these social media accounts, and many of them have signed up, many of them have not signed up. Either way, I'm getting reconnaissance on like the kind of guys out there that are attracted to the clips that we post. Oh, I'm in another meeting? Oh. Okay. 1 second, guys, because I want to. Loyal audience is trying to come live to the Zoom call. I guess I posted the wrong link here, so that sucks. But let's at least get it to these guys. Maybe not everybody can join, but yeah, I guess I posted the wrong link. Wrong link before. Okay. So when he joins, then I'm going to pin my video really quick. Right. Okay. It'll happen. There it is. Okay. So, the game is what's attracting people. They're looking at, but a lot of guys, they won't admit it. Later, it comes to be found out to be true. Because it's interesting. You deal with so many people, and guys, clients, whatever, they'll give you an initial response about what their ambitions are and their motivations, like people on TikTok or whatever, about like why you're attracted to AZD clips, IMC Nation clips. And it's one way, but then some of you end up signing up. And then some of those guys of you that sign up, we end up meeting in person. You come to a camp or you come live residency or whatever here at Base One. And as we get to know you and the trust is built, you start revealing your real intentions. And then come to find out all the guys that were like, I'm not into getting girls. I'm not about the game. I'm not about manipulating women. I'm focused on my money, this and that. It comes to be found out that the truth of it is you really want to get women. Like, that's the fact. That you're going to school because you want to get women. You're going for jobs, or you're trying to focus on your business to get women. You're working on your body to get women. Like, you're lying that everything you're doing is actually to do better with women, because you're miserable no matter how successful you are in everything, unless you have good relationships with women. Yes, I need women. In this world, I'm not a monk. I'm not a celibate. I mean, I am a monk, but I'm not a celibate monk. I'm going to have relationships with women. And if I don't master those relationships, if I don't do very well leading, knowing what's up, knowing how to communicate, how to handle all the chaos and drama that whoever she is going to bring, because she's got all this uncertainty, she's not you. And you got to know how to handle that and handle her in a way that we've discovered is very unique to her, whoever her is. That you can't communicate with she the same way you communicate with he's. You can't communicate with her the same way that you communicate with her if she's your employer or your employee or your colleague, or you can't. Her, in a romantic sense, there's a unique way to communicate with her, whoever her is, when she's romantically involved with you, that all the other ways of communicating in life, at your job, at school, with your family, none of those ways really prepare you for how to communicate with her. Unless mom and dad, there's the example, or the pair bonds that you saw growing up. But almost everybody I've ever met, that was a really terrible model. Even myself, my parents are probably the most loving. They gave me they were great parents. But that way of communicating doesn't work in today's day and age, where people have so many options. And rightly so. I don't want anybody to settle for less than what they want or what they deserve. The truth is, a lot of people are very distorted in what they deserve, especially women. They think they deserve the world, and then they turn 45 and realize that the world isn't going to give them shit anymore, that you were just milking the world for its generosity because you were a pretty young girl, hawking your sexuality, and then come to find out at 45, you have no clue how to be with a man. Therefore, no man wants to be with you. And now you vote liberal for a bunch of socialist handouts because you can't survive very well. You have no skill, unless you're the rare woman that has a high-paying job because you did all the time and effort to become a doctor or whatever. Then you're pulling your hair out and hating yourself even more. Because now you have money, and you'll never, ever look up to a man that you want to be with. You'll start going with some young dick who can't do anything for you except dick you down, and he's going to leave you eventually, or you'll leave him because you're tired of being a mom to him, basically. That's the future for women. They're delusional about, well, I agree, Chris, I should only settle for what I deserve. Woman, do you know what you deserve? Are you just saying that because you feel you deserve it? Or what does God think you deserve? Because there's only so many good men to go around. Who should the good men be with? Trash? Girls that have a high body count? That don't know how to be with a man? And women can change. So I say that, women can change. I don't care if your body count is 10,000. You can change. But your value wasn't in your body count. Your value was, after you changed, what kind of woman are you? Because the body count woman, that's not your value. Unless it's a value to a bunch of weak men who just want to dick somebody down. I mean, your value would be high value in a whorehouse, but that's not what I'm doing. So I say that because that's important. Anybody can change. But it's more difficult the older you get, and what's your motivations. A 45-year-old woman who has a stable income has very low motivation to change, unless you can convince her how the error of her ways is making her miserable. But why would you take the time to do that? She's going to be so hard and calloused and unreceptive. And why would you if you had the skill to convince the 45-year-old boss lady how to change, you would just go get yourself a 25-year-old hottie. Shit, why would you waste your time? Unless she's paying you, and there you go. But she's not, because she only pays when she sees the value. So it's a catch-22. She's destined for hell, basically. Yes, Dr. Steven, or Dale Stevens, Dr. Stevens. So, what do we do now? This was money mindset. I haven't even talked about money. The same reason. So one can ignore a girl's body count. I'll tell you something. Since my most toxic relationship back when I was 24, I'm 37 now, I have not asked a girl's body count. And I seem to remember I had a girlfriend, Angelica, and I had a girlfriend, Julie. And at some point, I was having some talk with each of them. I remember Angelica saying, because she was like naming ex-boyfriends or something, and I don't remember why I was entertaining that. So somehow that was whatever. I wasn't asking a comprehensive body count. And then same with Julie. She was saying something, and I don't know how we got to it. And I just remember after we broke up, and she said, "Oh yeah, I thought of someone else." And I was like, "You bitch, like you little cunt." Just how many other guys were you lying about? It doesn't matter. And that really drove it home. I didn't really ask about their body count. Some other talk came up. And then, but after that, which was like in 2020, so about 4 years ago, then I really realized that there's just no point. There's no utility. There is no good in knowing how many guys a girl has been with. All that'll help with is you knowing that she's more likely, statistically, to cheat on you. But that the statistics is an average. That doesn't mean anything about a case-by-case basis. I can tell you that the level of devotion that my girl gives me, you wouldn't even find that in a virgin. You'd be hard-pressed. In the world of virgins who fall in love with the fucking prince that rescues them from the dragon, she would be in the ranks there. I don't know what her fucking body count is. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I know she wasn't a virgin. That's what I know. Whatever. So it's not a useful conversation. And that whole mentality, what I heard about body count really seemed to come out of the whole Andrew Tate kind of phenomenon. And that he's just a moron, and they're all morons about that. I didn't know you could pin your video for YouTube. That's dope. Yes, because yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm pinning it. We have a mentality where I live that having a girl as girlfriend that many guys have been with, you're looked down upon. Yeah, but that's because you care about public opinion. You care about the opinions of other people. Who cares who's looking down on you? If your brothers look down on you, then they're not your brothers. They're not your friends. They shouldn't know what your girl's body count is. Why does it's their business? How do they even fucking know? And if it's because she was the town whore, well, it should be looked down upon if you're with the town whore and she hasn't changed her whore behavior since she's been with you. But if she changes getting with you, then let the fucking haters, they're hating because they want to dick her down. And you should know that. You're looking down on me because you're dry dicked and you want to dick my girlfriend down, you sleazy pervert, you motherfucker. Don't ever fucking talk to me about how many dudes my girl has been with. It's not your fucking business. Small town doesn't change the ethics of it. I will never ever talk to you again in my life, and you'll watch me be successful. I'll never loan you money. I'll wish the worst on you. If you ever talk to me about my woman's body count again, and if I ever hear you talking about it behind my back, it's going to be just the same. You know what I'm saying? That's true, but they want to dick them down. Exactly. That's why they're not your friends. So you definitely shouldn't care about the opinions of people who want to dick your girlfriend down. You know what I'm saying? Yes. Big hearts. They're definitely not your friends. You definitely shouldn't care about their opinions. Now, that's tough if you're a lone wolf out there and you don't have strong friendships and you're depending on certain people for your money. So keep your opinions to yourself. You don't have to compromise your job or whatever, but you should know that that's not your friend. So you don't have to treat him like a friend. You don't have to invite him over. You don't have to hang out with them. Like, just let it fizzle. You know what I mean? Okay. So let's see. I get what you mean. Good. Okay. So this is the same thing. So that's why people can't make money, because they care about people's opinions. You can't be an entrepreneur if you care about people's opinions like that. You'll do moderately well, possibly, if you develop the skills of sales and your clean personality, wear your suit and tie, and bleach your teeth and whatever. You'll be able to be a cheeseball salesman or a cheeseball whatever and make money. But you won't be an entrepreneur. To be an entrepreneur, you're going to have to be for your people. And that means you have to know who are your people versus who is not your people. Same way in opinions. I care about the opinions of my friends. I don't care about the opinions of other guys. Unless it bears weight on my survival. If I'm in a group of black gangsters, then I care what they think about my honky ways. You know what I mean? But I might remove myself from that environment. I don't care what black people think about my whiteness. But if I'm surrounded by a bunch of savage black dudes, then I care what their opinions about me are. And I don't care if you want to shame me for it. If I'm in the middle of fucking liberal America and it's a bunch of, hostile people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you obviously, your environment, but you got to know that they're not really your people. You're just going along with their opinions because it means your survival. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But you should know that they're not your people. So it's the same way with relationships. Like, I may be talking to a girl or seducing a girl, but that doesn't make her my girl. She may even be sleeping with me. That doesn't make her my girl. I got to know. There are other hoops. That's why intimacy is not the biggest hoop here. That's why body count shouldn't be valued so high. Because that's not it. It's the communication, it's the dedication, it's the loyalty, it's the commitment, it's the trust, it's the respect and the respectfulness. And then you guys need standards for that because you lack standards with that. DC, what do you think is more important when it comes to getting clients? Ability to sell to few or ability to reach out to many? What weighs more? Well, the thing about it is it depends on what you're selling. So probably what is most important when it comes to getting clients is having a product that works. Because in the long run, you might be selling a bunch of broken toasters. And then if you're selling broken toasters, then I would say the ability to reach out to many. Because you're not going to have any lifetime clients with a broken toaster, a broken product. But if you have a product like IMC Nation that will save your life, even if you're a billionaire or a celebrity and you have all the women and all the choices in the world, you still don't know how to connect with people. You don't know how to filter. You don't have standards. You lack discipline. You're just put on a stage. Then this product will save your life. Now, is it more important to sell to a few or reach many? Well, it's obviously both. But what you're asking is you're asking me to choose one. Which is more important? I think the ability to sell to a few. Because if you can sell to a few and then sell them again and then sell them again, and you sell them a whole lifestyle and they buy your whole catalog of products and it changes their life, then they will refer people to you. But if you reach out to many and you get, let's say, an equal amount of revenue from more sales of lesser products, you may not get lifetime clients out of that. That's, you may not have affect the life transformation that they can be spokespeople for you. I would rather sell a smaller number of individuals all the way to world championship than sell many individuals a month or two of membership and make just as much money, but I have to keep selling again and again and again, new people. So I'd rather have a few loyal people. It'd be the same way with women. Would I rather fuck 1,000 girls or would I rather have 5 super hot girlfriends? What would you guys? There's an interesting poll question out there. Camilo, would you rather fuck 1,000 babes or only fuck 5 girls the rest of your life, but they're completely dedicated and loyal, committed to you, and they're super fine?
With the 5, it's enough. If there are like the most high valuable girls around there, out there, of course, the 5.
Interesting. Because I could see someone saying 1,000, and the thing is that the quality of the 1,000 will never be the quality of the 5. You can fuck 1,000 girls, you get a lot of variety. Some girls will have big tits, some girls will have big ass, some girls will have big lips, some girls this and that, some girls this and that. But over here, you have 5 girls that are better quality than all those. You crave variety. If I ask Camilo, would you rather fuck 1 girl that's better than all the rest or 1,000 girls? I'll tell you, my answer would be 1,000 girls. Because 1 girl just won't cut it. 2 girls won't cut it. 3 girls, it's starting to come. It's getting 4. 5 took it over the edge. 5, I would rather 5 dime pieces And then it's hypothetical because I'll never hang up my players' fucking boxers. I'm always going to be a player. But it's an analogy. I'd rather have 5 loyal clients that go all the way and become IMC messengers like me, because if they do messengers, they could be me. They could do what I do. Then have 1,000 guys on the daily class and nobody ever ascends to messengers because I sold them so fast that they don't even know what they're buying. And I got to keep selling more people. Okay, that's interesting. I have one guy that brought me 2 new people just this week. Sounds like we're on the same wavelength. Guys, I got 10 more minutes. If you got any questions. Also, the cool thing about the 5 is that it allows you to fuck more. Oh, so you get more there anyway. Yeah, that's the thing. If you had 5 super hot hotties, the pre-selection there is out of this world, so you are going to get with other girls. So money is value. You give value, money comes in exchange for that. There's a whole restructuring of IMC Nation that's happening because of the money given from 1/2 individuals who have a lot to say, but at the same time, there's a difference between you giving me money and me bringing money from lots of sources. Your money and your generosity has a limit to whatever your limit of income is, and it depends on your decision. I can try to influence you, but it's one man's decision. So you could turn off the flow of money, you could turn on the flow of money. Whereas me, if I'm pulling in that amount of money from lots of sources, as a valuable member, I am able to bring in more money here, there. I'm a salesman. I can bring in money to this operation. So you may be bringing in 50% of the income on your own pay stub. I'm bringing in 50% of the income from the whole audience. Who's more valuable? Me. Because I bring in the money. I can meet more people. I'll always bring in more people. The only way you can bring in more money is if you make more money and give more here. That's very valuable. Congratulations on making so much money in your life that you can give a bunch of money and still live comfortably. But I'm in the process of producing champions. You're in the process of, I don't know what, sponsoring the championship. I produce the champions. You sponsor the championship. We need a sponsor, but guess what? We produce champions before your sponsorship because we have the system that works. That's why you're sponsoring it. But since you bring in so much, we're going to restructure around your needs. And good. I'm glad because I love stretching my abilities. I love learning a new industry. I love working with guys and organizing things. I'm good at it. And so that's what's happening here in IMC Nation. So there's a lot of opportunities expanding here. What else is being commented here? Saber, if they giving large sums, have him use. Yes, I'm sure he's very, very aware of the tax. The tax man. The tax man is always taking their piece. Guys on TikTok, I haven't seen any comments from you all. So I assume you just don't have any comments. Lots of you are watching. Here's a comment. Is that what Arash told you? I don't know. That was so long ago. I don't know which thing you're talking about. So if you want to write that again and be more specific, then I will happily answer it. Let's see over here. Any chat. Miss the T. I don't understand your comment. Okay, so I think that's just about the end of the meeting. Wrapping it up, I'm going to do my transcendental meditation. Let's see if there's any other. Looks like there's a couple new messages over here. Cheers. How's Vegas? Vegas is great, man. You know, there's a lot of potential here. It's like the frontier. There's a lot of organization amongst the guys. And I still feel like I haven't even dug my toes in the sand yet. As soon as we sell the Campbell House, we'll open the Fight Center here. And that's going to be a new level of camaraderie amongst all the guys, the 25, 26 guys that live here. We have a bunch of guys coming for residency. This is, there's just a line. And, you know, so if you want to get on that line, because we can only take 2 people at a time, so there's only so much overlap. So you just got to lock in your dates as soon as you know. And, you know, send a down payment so it's locked in so we know that you're serious about it. That's living with us, going out with us every night. That's all attending all the live lectures, all the advanced talks in person, all the car rides, all the things we do. You go to the gym with us, you go to the tanning salon with us, you do whatever the fuck we do. You live IMC Base 1 lifestyle. You only need enough money to pay for your own food and drinks when we go out. And, you know, and then you share the bathroom, share the kitchen, whatever. Then there's also Sacred Syntax, which is an advanced program. The 8th lecture is happening tonight. I don't know how many more lectures there are, but it's incredible. It's phenomenal program. Tons of behind the scenes, like probably 3-4 at least hours already uploaded of our roundtable talks that we do at night. So profound for social dynamics, for guys learning how to interact amongst each other, high value conversations, and a lot of teachings in those. And then, of course, the lectures, 8 lectures that are all over an hour long on communication, the syntax of influence, and imagination, imagery, these things that you probably show up to my talk for because you hear it in how I talk, and I'm a messenger of this. That's what I am. So, and then new guys, we're on the YouTubes and the TikToks or whatever. The link in the bio or on YouTube, the link in the description. Get involved with the daily class, AZD Mastermind University, or whatever it's called in the future. The name changes. $97 a month, 30 lectures a month, every single day. You get the recordings if you missed the live call. It's in the members area. It's a wonderful value. I mean, if you guys like these clips, you're following these channels because of the clips we put out. If you like the clips, you sign up for the program. I mean, the clips are from the program, and they're taken out of context. So if you see the whole class, if you see the 40, 50, 60 guys that show up every day and the mastermind of it, the conversations, I mean, it'll raise you up as a man. You'll see and feel what a real group of men is like. So last call, anybody online, you got something? I know you listened to all my outro statements, so I assumed you did that because you had something else to say. Going once, going twice. All right. Everybody, this is Enlightened Masculinity. Find it on Apple, Spotify, all the platforms. Leave a review. Share it with someone that you know would like it. And I'll see you guys on the next episode. Shout out IMC TV. Praise the Lord. Jay Guru Dev.